I have a good hunting story. This is when I was a young teenager. My dad took me partridge hunting, and I heard him calling me. I was sitting in the car listening to the gopher game. He says, "I'll never take you hunting again."
So Dwain, I consider Dwain a dear friend. I met him at a small town grocery store he was selling candy bars for the Kiwanis Club, which raises money to give high school seniors scholarships. And I saw his World War II hat, I saw the candy bars, and I thought, I'm going back to get one of those candy bars. You know, I gotta talk to this guy. There's not many World War II veterans left. And they are the greatest generation. These guys, you know, they were chomping at the bit to join and serve the country, and they did it without any expectation of personal benefit, and they did it to help the country and help the people that were being oppressed, and I can't thank them enough.
My name is Dwain Bell. I was in the 170th Combat Engineers in the Army. I was in the invasion of the Philippines and Okinawa. The most significant thing I remember about boot camp was the infiltration course, where they shot live bullets 2 feet above the ground and you had to crawl under them. Mainly, I considered my work in the 170th Combat Engineers, I called it the labor battalion, because we worked 12 hours a day, 7 days a week, constantly, even after the war ended. In the Philippines, when we built roads and bridges, there was a river where the bridge had been bombed out across that river. And we put up a prefabricated steel bridge, which they called the Bailey Bridge. And my job was bolting the sections together on the bridge. And it was the only time during the war where we were in danger, because the Japanese would strafe us every day. If radar picked up the Japs coming down the river, we would go to our foxholes. That happened twice out of 10 days. The rest of the days we were on the bridge when they start shooting, and you could hear the bullets bounce off the girders. My grandson asked me, "Weren't you scared?" I said, "We were too busy to be scared. We were trying to bolt things together, and the one time, if I hadn't finished bolting my section, it would have dropped in the river." And I can see where I've been blessed all my life. Be on that bridge and have bullets land a foot from you or 2 feet from you was not accidental. That, I think the Lord was there to protect me. It just was a joy to come back, really, because I had such a wonderful mother and a good father and good siblings, and I had probably one of the best wives in the world. She and I got along just wonderful, that she would always do 3 times what most women would do. I'd call her up at 4:30 on Friday, and I'd say, "You ready to go?" And she says, "Oh yeah, I've got the car all packed. As soon as you get home, we'll have supper and we can take off immediately." She was so kind to everybody. She was a wonderful wife, mother, and grandmother. She ran about half of the programs at church, and she was so terrific. That's the way she was.
When I met him, I thought, what can I do for him? You know, naturally my first reaction was to take him fishing, take him hunting, do something like that. And then I thought, well, maybe that's not what he's into, and so I just started asking him, like, what would you like to do, and the hot air balloon ride came, with the POW MIA balloon guys, and man, that was, when I talked to him about that, he got so excited, and I thought, this is it, this is gonna be our thing.
Well, the balloon ride was a lot of fun, and I have a soft spot in my heart for prisoner of war and missing in action. And the balloons were furnished by that organization that tries to help raise funds to keep that alive in America. And I think that's a wonderful attribute to have in that program, is that to keep people reminded that there's a lot of people that didn't come back. They really suffered terrible, and I just feel sorry for them. Hometown Heroes brings reality into the life of the person who is having a struggle to adapt to reality. And that's where it provides a great stability for their life.
You know, we had talked about that for months and months, and what I didn't understand going into that was how they need perfect, like the atmospheric conditions need to be perfect for them to get the balloon up, which seems impossible, you know. And I mean, it had to be almost 10 times where I was calling him and saying, okay, next week, Wednesday, we're gonna take the balloon up. That's what we're thinking. And then have to call him and say, well, I'm sorry, we can't take it up because of the weather. And how disappointing that must have been, and frustrating it is, right? And I think everybody involved felt that. But the day that it actually happened, that all the dots connected, we got the balloon up in the air, it was 90 minutes of just pure happiness from Dwain. I just remember constantly like just looking at him and seeing that expression of happiness and gratefulness to be able to do something like that, and I think that went a long way with him. And that's what I'll always remember about it.
Here's your souvenirs.
Souvenirs.
Don't forget your oak.
God, we went over some oak trees pretty close.